Can you guys see me?
Oh, it says it's starting. It says the presentation will start within 60 seconds.
Okay.
So I can't see anything yet.
It says I'm live and broadcasting.
That's crazy.
There she is. So can you guys see me? Comment if you can see me.
Oh, here, hold on. I see you now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna jump with you.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. I recorded everything that I just said. I was actually almost done and Melina was like blowing me up. And I was like, what the heck? I am so sorry. I will do it all over again just for you guys. Hopefully the first one doesn't upload because the end I'm like, Melina's calling again. Oh my gosh. So sorry, everyone. So I was fortunate enough to go to Las Vegas to spend 3 days with Eric Worre. He is the author of GoPro. He's a network marketing professional. He's amazing. And so we actually spent time at his penthouse on the strip. There were probably about 15 of us. And it was just unbelievable, the knowledge that that man has and the other people that were there for the event. It was called a Network Marketing Pro Breakthrough or GoPro Breakthrough, maybe. It was really cool. So we covered three different areas. Let me go back to the beginning of my notes. We talked about mindset. We talked about skills, and we talked about coming up with a game plan. So if you're into personal development and professional development, those are the three main areas that you want to focus on. That covers everything in our business: mindset, skills, and game plan. So one thing that we talked about in the very beginning was when you start a network marketing company, we'll reach out to our warm market first, our friends, our family, our relatives, cousins, neighbors, the people closest to us. And then we get so busy and indulge that our friends and family sometimes start to feel like the only time we want to be around them is to try to sell them or pitch them. And it kind of made me feel funny. I don't want to be that person because we're in the relationship business. And so what he had us do is, and I'm going to have you do this also, write on the side of your paper 1 through 10. And I want you to write down 10 people that you're grateful for, that you appreciate, that you love, who are a big part of your life, and who truly means the most to you. Just write 10 of them down. I know there's more than that. And after you get those 10 people written down, I actually even made a list of 10 people from my past business. I owned a salon for 11 years, and I wrote down a list of people that helped me grow as a business owner and who I was grateful for and appreciated. And so I made a list of them also. After you make your list of 10, I want you to call these people, and I want you to tell them what they mean to you and why you're grateful that they're in your life, and how much you do appreciate them. It was such a good feeling, and it's something that we need to get in the habit of doing regularly, because we don't want people to feel like that. We're only after them or like hunting them or want them, because that's really not, it's not cool. And I know you guys don't want your friends and family to feel that way either. So I'm making it a plan for me to do that at least one time a month to at least 10 people. I'm also going to start sending thank you notes to anyone who provides me service. If I get my oil changed, or if I have good service at a restaurant, or I always go get coffee, I'm going to send them thank you cards, just to let them know that I do appreciate them and I am grateful for them. So I thought that was a really good exercise, and it was so cool to reach out to those people and family and friends, and they appreciated it. I appreciated it. We kind of had some tears with some. So it was really cool. Even if they don't answer, I left a voicemail, and they may have been a little freaked out, like, oh gosh, I hope she's okay. So let's go ahead and move on. He talked about becoming $1 million leader, and are you worthy of that? He also talked about success loves speed, and a turtle lover made up slow and steady wins the race. That's not true in network marketing. Success loves speed, and to get that, you need to increase your intensity. Maybe you're only increasing your intensity daily, or maybe it's something you do weekly or monthly. You can even do it in spurts, like maybe 90-day spurts, or you could even do it like in J months, so January, June, and July. Really pick up that intensity and increase your speed. So success loves speed. He also said one time a year, you need to go on a 30-day major sponsoring campaign. And that means you need to bring in 20 to 30 people. He said the one thing that 6- and 7-figure earners have in common and that separates them from everybody else is they have sponsored at least 20 people over a 30-day period, at least one time in their career. And if you can do this one time a year, you're really going to catapult your business. So people like an environment that gives security, safety, warm, comforting atmosphere. Make sure it's a safe zone. And when you're prospecting, let them know that it's more than just these products. Let's see. Oh, we talked about accountability. Oh, this is crazy. So he said in the beginning, people are better off with accountability versus their why. And he said that he even had friends that like removed their mattress off their bed and they slept on the floor until they hit their promotion. Or you cut your pay, like you put your pay, like whatever you need to cover bills, you do that, and then you basically cut your pay. Everything else goes into an account that you can't touch. That holds people accountable. Another thing that I thought was really awesome is to help you with accountability, and actually Debbie Hunter does this. She pretends that your mentors are watching. She pretends like her husband can see her. Or what if Liz was watching me? What should I be doing? Or what would she want me to do? Or what would she have said? But pretend your mentor is watching, or pretend like you're in a reality TV show and everyone can see you. Are you doing income producing activity, or are you just kind of getting lost in Facebook land? So make sure that you're not just staying busy. Make sure that you're actually working, and pretend that your teammates can see you. We know what you're doing. And let's see. Surround yourself with positive people who do better than you. You can also like follow the leader and find people in network marketing that are top earners in their company or even in the industry, and just follow them. Do what they do. Say what they say. But surround yourself with positive people who do better than you. And that doesn't even have to be in this industry. Let's see. Oh, negative consequences if you don't make your goal happen. So like the guy removing his mattress and sleeping on the floor. Or cutting your pay. I work really well with telling the world and telling my friends and telling everyone what I'm going to do. So I'm accomplishing Black Status Level 1 by June 2016. So at convention next year, I'll be recognized as Black Status Level 1. And what that does is it creates peer pressure. One, you start to believe it when you're telling people, but then also that creates peer pressure. And to hold myself accountable, I needed a negative consequence. I'm not going to sleep on the floor because I'm not sleeping on the floor. So I said my negative consequence, if I do not hit Black Status Level 1 by this time next year, is I will get tasered. I don't want to be tasered. And that sounds horrible and just like horrific. So I will be doing that. That is my goal. But another thing that you can do is there's a website called stick.com. It's stick.com. You put your goal in there, and then you put what the consequence is going to be. And I believe, I haven't been to the website, but I believe it's for money. So someone in our organization who's a top earner decided she would send her ex, who she does not think fondly of or like, $5,000 if she does not hit her her goal by this time next year. Could you imagine? And if you don't hit it, bam, it automatically sends. You can't stop it. You can't anything unless you hit that goal. So it's called stick.com with an extra K, and it is to hold people accountable. So just remember, whys are very, very important in this industry. But in the beginning, accountability with negative consequences is more powerful. Okay, so let's go on and see what else we talked about. Creating peer pressure, that's how I work really well, telling everybody what I'm going to do. Work with the willing. So, you know, you'll think some people want it more, you want it for them more than they want it for themselves. And then you're missing out on spending time with people who actually truly want it and are doing and working. He also talked about faker, taker, fighter, giver, and giver with boundaries. A faker is someone who thinks that there's shortcuts, or maybe they break rules or don't have any integrity. Then there's a taker who's kind of greedy and not doing things that were really nice. Maybe they stole distributors from other companies or bribed, maybe lied. And then there is the fighter. So this person, fighting is really strong emotion, but it's kind of like, I'll show you. Or it also can be positive if it isn't a strong emotion, you know, because it can fuel you. I definitely have fighter in me, and I use it for fuel. Like I started my last business because a boyfriend said that I couldn't do it. I'm like, listen, buddy, I'll show you. So that's the fighter in me. And then there's also the giver. A lot of times a giver gives maybe out of guilt. I'm more successful than you, so maybe I should pay for lunch every time. But it just makes you, or even giving your time or finding answers for your teammates. So that's a giver, and it's just going to drain you. It's exhausting. It's emotional, and you can't keep that up. So a giver with boundaries is like your purpose, like you're here for bigger things, you know, out-friend your friends. So I like to see myself as about 10% fighter and 90% giver with boundaries. Probably not really accurate, but that would be a good balance to strive for. So 90% giver with boundaries and then 10% fighter, because that is what fuels me. And it's like, I'll show you. Like, tell me I can't, and I will show you that I will. So work with the willing, we said that. People want to be able to relate to about 6 areas when they're either joining a company or they've already joined the company. These are the 6 things that they want. They want recognition, money, challenge, fun, belonging, and they need it to be worth their time. So when you are prospecting or you have a new teammate, or maybe not even a new teammate, those are the things that you need to remember. Recognition, you know, what is their time worth? How much do they need to make it worth their time? That sense of belonging, still having fun, and creating the challenge. Everyone can relate to some of those one way or another. So let's talk about filling your calendar. So the 3 main things that you need to be great at in network marketing, and 3 areas of business that you need to track every single month, are filling your calendar. So what does that mean? So business is just conversations, and the more conversations you have, the higher your business numbers are going to be, whether it's sales or sponsoring. So the more conversations, the more business you're going to have. And also, if you increase the number of conversations that you're having, the quality of conversation increases. It's kind of like if you're not having conversations, it's kind of like you lock the door, you turn the open sign off, and you're closed. Like, you can't do that in a brick and mortar business. Your business will close. You won't be able to cover your overhead. So it's the same thing in network marketing. Keep the open sign on. And in order to keep the open sign on and your doors open, you need to continually be having conversations. So this is something that needs to become a part of the culture. On the 1st of every month, you need to promote. The 1st of every month, We're going to send out 50 text messages, and we're going to fill our calendar for the entire month. What we did is we actually sent out 100 text messages while we were in Vegas. And I just said something simple like, hey, you want to meet up for coffee? Or, hey, you want to go get a drink after work when they want to get home this week? Everyone said, yeah, sure, great. I shouldn't say everybody. I ended up booking 28 appointments. And I have probably 5 more people that I need to kind of follow up with and close those. So I filled my calendar. I'm going to have conversations with these people. They may join. I may just be planting seeds, or I may be getting referrals, or I may be selling. And he said to do this for over 12 months and really longer, forever. You always need to be filling your calendar, and it just kind of needs to become a monthly rhythm, consistency. If you have inconsistency, that breeds kind of insecurity. So it needs to become a rhythm. We do this on the first of every month. We send out 50 text messages. If you have, say you have 15 people in your company, and everyone sends out 50 texts on July 1st, and say out of those 50, everyone books at least 25 appointments. That's 375 appointments. That's 375 conversations that we will be having that we wouldn't have. Out of those 375, about 52 will join. So then in the next month, if you do that again, and then you do it again, and it just becomes a habit. So then we also talked about this. What happens when we don't know who else to invite, or we're kind of struggling finding those 50 people, and we're not building our audience quick enough or meeting enough people? He said to dive into your team's warm market. So your team's warm market is their friends, their family, their cousins, their sisters, their neighbors, people they do business with, people they know well. And so dive into your teammates' warm market. And so it's like the person you sponsor is not the destination. The person you sponsor is a doorway to an entire new network. And I thought that was so just like epiphanal, like, oh, like, aha, like light bulbs went off. The person you sponsor is not the destination. They're a doorway. So fill your calendar with our teammates' warm market. Is that not brilliant? I was just like, oh my gosh, I get it. I loved it. So you just ask them, simple. Who do you know that we can talk to? Make a list. Let's set some appointments, and let's go talk to them. You can sit at Starbucks and have everyone come to you in one day. I mean, how many people could you meet in one day if they were coming to you and you had the table reserved at Starbucks? I mean, you could talk to a lot of people and a lot of conversations. You could do this on your lunch hour. You can do these maybe before work, go grab a cup of coffee. You can do it. Maybe you have a 30-minute break at work. Maybe you have a gap after work. Maybe you got to put your kids to bed and then go out. Leave something with your children. Don't leave your children at home. But maybe you can only do it one evening, or maybe Saturday morning is your day. But finding little gaps, you don't need much time. And then another cool thing that he talked about is, let's see, blah, blah, blah. Oh, a sizzle call. So he's also talked about doing 3-way calls with our teammates. Maybe our teammate lives in a different country, and the only way to do it is over Skype or phone. He said before he gets on a phone call with anybody in his organization, he has them listen to a 6 to 7 minute sizzle call. So you can make a SoundCloud recording, or if you have a conference line, you can pre-record a phone call, and you need to cover 5 areas. And it would be like a business overview, basically, is what it is. It needs to cover company, products, compensation, support, and timing. And remember, it needs to be short and sweet, just the basics. Don't get into detail. Just the fundamentals. And so if before he gets on the 3-way call, he has the person listen to that. So then when he gets on the call with his teammates prospect, he starts the conversation with, after introducing himself and everything, he says, so what did you like best? So what, from what you know about our company, what do you like best? I like that too. And so it just starts a good conversation. So if they say that they like the compensation best, you know to talk a little bit more about compensation. If they say that they like that it's all natural-based cosmetics, then you know to focus more on cosmetics, you know. So whatever area that they like best, that's what you talk about. Then still keep it short and simple. If you are introduced to enough people, someone's going to take off. So sort and sift and really use your teammates as doorways, because it's going to help them build their business. They're going to hear what you do, so then they're going to be able to do it for their teammates and their teammates' teammates and teammates' teammates. It's a duplicatable system, and it's amazing. He must have said a quote, and I wrote it down at the bottom of this. For $99, you get me and the company. Kind of sounds a little like prestigious, but it is true. They get you, and they get this amazing company also. Don't short yourself. So keep track of how many presentations are happening in a month. Not just you personally, but how many your teammates are doing. I'm trying to come up with a spreadsheet that kind of makes it a little bit easier for us. That's kind of auto-calculating. So here is your upline elite, and they'll give you your numbers, and we just plug them in. Trying to make it an easy way to track. Remember, increased conversations is increased income. Make sure you show the importance of tracking presentation numbers to your team. All right, the second thing that we need to be great at and keep track of is the rank advancement factory. So many of you are a part of the Gold Diggers team, and one thing that we highly want to focus on and make it a part of our culture also is getting everyone to pink. And if you're in a different organization other than Unique that we're in, you want to get your presenters to that second level. So if we can pop a bunch of pinks, that's going to put your sponsor at blue. If we can get a bunch of blues, that's going to get people at greens. But I would love it. I think it would be so amazing if we could be the team known as has the most pinks, or they get people to the pink the quickest. If we can really get a business plan and really every month get a head count, take inventory. Who wants pink this month? Who's dedicated? Who's determined? Getting on the phone, getting an account, who's in, putting it on your whiteboard so you can see who's committed to doing it. And those are the people that we need to be focusing our time and energy on, getting people to pink. It shouldn't be difficult as long as we all have the same vision. So if you're a blue status presenter and you're aiming for green, guess what? We need to get your teammates to pink. If we can get your teammates to pink, you will be green. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm trying to get this since we started so late. Again, I apologize for that. Okay, so take inventory on how many pinks that we got. So also, okay, so take inventory. How many pinks do we have this June? And then we need to look at that number, and that will help us kind of set a goal for July 2015. But if you were in business last July 2014, you needed a benchmark. How many pinks did you have to promote July 2014? Because really, we need to compare Julys to Julys, Junes to Junes. But if we have a good, if we have an average from last month, we have our benchmark from last July, that'll help set a goal on where we need to be. And that's a number that we need to track every month. How many pinks? Okay, so let's go on. Oh, another thing that he said that I love is, and I think we need to do it as a team, and if you're not in an organization, you need to do it in your team, in your company, is putting the pinks on not display them, but acknowledge them. Like, that's a big deal. So I think that everyone needs to make a short 2-minute video on how they got to that second level. How did you and Unique earn pink? How many parties were you having? How many teammates did you have? What was your personal sales? How many people were active? How many messages on Facebook did you send? How many before and afters did you post? You know, what was going on that month? So we can share that with our team. So if you want to make a 2-minute video, that's awesome. And then also, after we get a head count, like who is dedicated to hitting pink this month, and we get that inventory, we need to let everyone know outside of our team, hey everyone, these 10 people are going for pink this month. Like this, and encourage them below if you think they can do it. Something short and sweet, but that will give them peer pressure and encouragement. And I really, truly, honestly think if we can focus on getting as many people to that pink level, big, big things are in store for our organization. Let's see. We could even actually make a contest out of it too if we wanted to every month. He was saying you could do a jackpot, or like the first person that promotes gets a prize, or everyone that promotes that month gets to split a jackpot or something. But every month we need to take inventory. So we're going to keep track of presentations that we're having, and we're going to keep track of how many pink presenters we have join us. Okay, so, and then the third thing that we need to track every single month, and it needs to become kind of an expectation or part of our culture, and something that we need to not just announce and talk about, it's something that we need to promote, is convention attendance. And this kind of blew me away, or kind of set me back a little bit, because I was truly, I mean, I know it's a big deal, but I didn't know it'd be in the top 3 things. Like, that's crazy. So we only have, what, 6 days left to buy convention tickets for August. He said do whatever it takes to get there. Every teammate you have in a seat at convention earns you about $1,000 for the year. People that buy the tickets at early bird, like as soon as they go on sale, those people that buy, those teammates that buy, have more value, and they will actually earn you more money than just the $1,000 a year. So I thought that was really kind of amazing. He said do whatever it takes. If you need to go to the grocery store when you get to the city and you guys need to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or we need to have a garage sale to buy our tickets, or we need to rent an SUV and pack as many people in there as we can, we've got to do whatever it takes to get everyone there. I mean, people can sleep on the floor. We can get cots, snuggle whoever needs a bed, whatever it's going to take. We've got to get people there. And so that's something that we need to track every single month. I know there's going to be a gap. So July, we won't be able to sell any tickets or really promote because tickets aren't on sale. And then August last year is actually when I bought my convention ticket for this year. So right after convention 2015, we will be able to start promoting and kind of setting that expectation. I didn't realize $1,000 a teammate that we can get there. Like, that's pretty awesome. So those were the 3 main things that we need to be great at to take our business to a next level. I know it kind of just like blah all over you guys, but since we got started late, I wanted to go through it as quick as I can. If you have any questions, you can comment on my YouTube channel, because this is where that will post at. You can message me on Facebook. Also, if you don't have Periscope, get it. It is awesome. It is live feed. It's like live video. So it's awesome. It is awesome. You can find me at Liz Medley and start following me. I'll follow you guys. It's so cool. I think it's going to be one of the top most popular social media apps ever. It is so, so cool. So thank you guys. You know what? Let me go over to the chat screen really quick. If you guys have any questions, why don't you go ahead and ask? I know I went through really quick, so there's probably something that might possibly need repeated. Oh, someone did ask a question. Can I repeat those 6 again? So the 6 things, that was at the beginning, I believe, that people want to fill when they are joining a company or if they've already joined. Let me find that. It's recognition. This is, can you guys hear me? Someone comment in the chat if you can still hear me. No one? No one can hear me. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so the 6 things: recognition, money, challenge, fun, belonging, and worth their time. So, all right, everybody. Any other questions? You are welcome, Amanda. There is a nice little delay. All right, everybody. Keep up the great work. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I know there could have been many other things that you could have been doing. So thank you truly for getting on here. Make sure you share the replay link or my YouTube link with your teammates. And I truly appreciate it. So hopefully you got something from it, and have an amazing week. Also, Friday, there will be another webinar, and it is going to be at 11 o'clock. Not quite sure exactly what all I'm going to go into. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of what I learned at the Eric Worre Breakthrough. And also, if anyone needs tickets to the Powerful Women in Network Marketing, that's in August. It's like August 20th or 22nd or something like that. It's also in Las Vegas with Eric Worre. I have some tickets for that. And then also I have tickets for the GoPro Mastery Recruiting. It overlaps with the Unique Jamaica Cruise. And so I have like 10 tickets that we need to sell. And UK girls also, he is coming to the UK and doing the Mastery Recruiting there. Do not miss it. It's going to be just amazing. It will change your business. I promise you that. In August, I don't know when the UK Mastery Recruiting is, but the Mastery Recruiting in Vegas is in October. It starts the 17th through the 21st, possibly. No, that's not right. It's the October 14th through the 17th. $200. I've got a bunch of tickets. So let me know. Anyways, ciao.